Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Beautiful Blessed Butterfly. Today we're on day 60 of our daily prayer. And today we're going to talk about agreeing and disagreeing. But first I'm going to read Romans 14:19, which says, "Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace." Now get into the story about agreeing to disagreeing. I remember hearing my dad talk about how difficult it was to walk away from unending argument. Always different.
Interpretation.
On difficult interpretation of the Bible. By contrast, he recalled how good it was when both sides agreed to disagree. But it, but it is really possible to set aside
Irreconcilable. Irreconcilable.
irreconcilable differences which so much seem to be at stake. That one of the questions that Apostle Paul answered in his New Testament letter to the Romans, writing to readers caught in social politics, pol,
Political.
political and religious conflict. He suggests ways of finding common ground even under the most. Give me 1 second.
Let's talk about polarization of light. We know what light.
Polarization. Condition. According to Paul, the way to agree to disagree is to record that each of us will answer to God not only for our opinion, but also for how we treat one another in our differences. Condition of conflict can actually become occasioning of
Occasion.
occasion to remember that there are some things more important than our own idea, even more than our interpretation of the Bible. All of us will answer for whether we have loved one another and even our enemies as Christ loved us. Now that I think of it, I remember that my dad used to talk about how good it is not just to agree to disagree, but to do so with
Mutual.
with mutual love and respect. Now, question for today: how can you show respect to someone you disagree with, and or to someone who strongly disagrees with you? Father, please enable us to be patient and kind with those who don't agree with us about anything or everything. Now, that is it for today, but Let's go to Romans 14:19. It's in the New Testament, Romans 14:19, which said, let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual
Mutual.
mutual
Edification.
edification. Now that is it for today. And what I mean by agree to disagree, let's say you and this person got in an altercation with somebody about something you didn't agree with. Let's say the person don't believe. As example, let's say a person that say God isn't real and He's not here and no such thing as God, and let's say that, and then you disagree with him and say no, God is real. He is alive. He saved our lives. He rose again on the third day. He is here today. He's a miracle worker. He's the one healing us. He's the one answering in our prayers. He made this work for us. He provided food for us and everything else. And let's say you and that person agrees and disagrees with two different degrees, but he's strongly disagreeing with you. And y'all get an altercation about that agreement until one day that person was going through something and he didn't know what to do. And he's in so much pain right now. He don't know what to do no more. He don't gave up on himself. Nobody loves him. Everybody just don't like him, and that's why he's the way he is now. And then you went there and said, "Can I pray for you?" And then he said, "You no, you know what I'm going through. You know what I said, what I told you before. I know what you told me, but can I still pray for you?" And then he agreed, say yes. And then you began praying for him and telling God about all the things. God, show him who you are. Heal his body. You know what he's going through. You know nobody in this world loves him. He's going through so much. He don't know what to do no more. He feels like he's all alone. That nobody else know what he's going through, and the struggle and the pain that he's feeling. And we just can't take it no more. He just can't take it no more. His family don't believe in him. He's saying stuff, and they just laughing at him. So he don't know. God, show him that you are real. So answer his prayer. Be a miracle worker for him and show him the way to go and show him the things he should be doing in life and things like that. Show him, teach him the way that you taught us. And then one day, God answered his prayer. The prayer came true. His miracle came true. He went to that person that prayed for him and said, I'm sorry for what I done to you. You saved my life. And I've been going to church ever since after you've been praying for me, since I've been healed and since God had answered my prayer. And I appreciate everything. I'm sorry for the way I am. And then you forgave him after he apologized to you, and because you didn't have to Some don't won't accept the apology after somebody done something or said something mean to them or said something that they didn't mean to say it. So after he done all of that and he said those things, then he he apologizes and they're no longer in that altercation no more. So they are good now. They are friends now. They communicate sometimes, and that's a good thing because that sometimes we all agree on certain things, and sometimes we all disagree on certain things. But at the end of the day, some of certain things is not meant to be not to argue about certain things. It's not. It's just let it be. God is nothing to argue about. They will find out on their own. The whole world will find out on their own. Because at the end of the day, when the war ends, we all will hear the trumpet sound and they all will see. So it wouldn't matter if they agree or disagree. Sometimes if a person don't have faith in something, it's hard for things for them to happen in their life. And they don't. We have these people in this world that don't believe, but doesn't mean we can't talk to them. Because there's somebody out there that needs to modify. The word is how it is today. People killing, people dying because of all the sin in this world that's still happening today. But sometimes you gotta let people find things out on their own. Even if we don't understand things that's going on in our life, sometimes we just gotta let it go and let things happen and let it be how it is. And start getting this orientation about things that don't matter, that could be replaced. God can't be replaced. So if y'all arguing about God and all this and that, just let that person be. Just leave it alone, walk away. That's nothing to argue about. But if you arguing about something else, about you know what the judge told you, this is this, or arguing about your child, or altercation about something you didn't agree, that's a different story. You have to sometimes you have to pray sometimes and let God answer this prayer and let God seek and ask God, and the prayer will be answered and ask Him. Because the blessing of prayer is knowing God is listening and upholding every promise He had made to you. And that is what God is trying to tell us when we agree about prayer. Prayer is everything. And so prayer is everything, and that's why we must pray no matter what. That's why we must pray. Because we can't go nowhere without praying. Praying is the key. Worshiping is the key. Meditating is the key. Singing to God is the key. God is the key to heaven. Only He knows. He's the only one who could go to judge at the end of the day. Only He knows if we're going to heaven or not. But at the end of the day, we are who we are. But you could change for your own way and do new things for your life and start all over. So forget 7 times 7. So it's a miracle right there for us. And that's a good thing. And we are who we are today because of God. Don't let the devil use you. Be who God called you to be. Be who you are meant to be. Because you are wonderful. God loves you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're everything through Him. This is why He loves you. And it's like I said yesterday. Certain people you just need to let go out of your life. Certain people ain't meant to be in your life. And certain people you meant to leave. Certain people you're meant to stay out of your life because certain people just ain't meant to be in your life. And we hear it all the time when we go to church and when they preaching, and that's why we must pay attention when we go into church. And so you get what you need from God in church. When it's worship time in the church, that is your time between you and God, and you get what you need from Him. That is your time to meditate to Him, for you to find your to find no matter who's on your left of you, behind you, right, left, whatever you may be at. Just find your own place in the church, and you worship God how you want to worship God. Don't matter what the people think about you in the church, because you're not there for the people, you know. Because the devil go to church, the devil go to church too. So you gotta be careful who you're listening to and who's preaching the word and who you're following in the church. So you gotta be careful. And so when we go to church, we're not there for the people. Yes, yes, you gotta hug on people in church. You gotta love your neighbor and things like that. But when it's God time, it's God time. And you get what you need from God when it's during the service. And you're there to hear the message of the word. So when it's time to worship, you worship God. You worship Him how you want. Oh, you just relax and listen. Find that comfort zone with just you and God, like everyone else, and do you and meditate on Him. Close your eyes, you want to close your eyes. Put your head down, you want to put your head down. And then that's your time for you and God to get what you need from Him. No matter how you worship God, there's different ways people meditate to God. Because some people are born without arms or legs. So there's different ways you can worship. So some people can't talk. So they worship God a little different. Clapping your hands. Don't matter how you worship God. As long as you worship Him in a positive way. This daydreaming Him is meditating and tune everything out in the background. Because that is, and some people in this world disagree with meditating and call it, some people disagree with meditating because, and call it the devil or call it this, and say that's, call it Satan, call it, or whatever they call it, and saying you're not supposed to worship the devil. But there's a difference between meditating. There's two different definitions because, yeah, when people meditate, some meditating with a candle. There's a difference because when people have candles, it usually represents Satan because when you have candles lit up and you're meditating, but there's a difference because when people represent Satan, they have candles on the ground and they sitting on the floor and they saying things that's not godly with a huge board, they're sitting and talking about spirits that's not even here. So there's a difference between worshiping Satan and worshiping the devil. I mean, worshiping Satan and worshiping God. Meditating to God is different because you don't need no candle to worship God or to meditate to God, because you could talk to Him without none of that stuff, and you talking to Him in the church or whatever you want. That's different between God and Satan. God listen and He will answer it. Satan don't answer it. You just scaring yourself and putting fear in your heart and doing whatever Satan tells you to do. No, because the God we serve is a good God, and yes, and He loves us very much, no matter what we're going through, no matter what the situation may be. God loves you, and He will never leave you or forsake you, and He will always be there. He will always be there. He will always be there for us, no matter what. So it's up to us to do what He tells us to do. And so, agreeing and disagreeing with sometimes is arguing is not worth it. Sometimes certain things you just gotta let it go and let be, and just leave it in God's hands, because certain people just not meant to be in our life. Just like if we don't have no dad in our life or no mom, but somebody step up to the plate and take over, a stepmom, a stepdad, whatever. But we should give them a chance and just let them love on us, because our actual fathers ain't actually taking care of us and doing their own thing or not caring. So there's a difference. Because the stepmom and the stepdad came in the picture and took care of you, bought you clothes and did this and feed you, like, and he didn't have to do it because he's not out where he's not with your dad. But he stepped into the plate and he agreed to do what the wife said, or the wife agreed what the husband said, and they agreed on something without arguing, and the child sees that the mother or father would have loved this person, and that he buys them things, and he's doing things to help you. Sometimes the stepfather think, no, I don't think it's a good idea for you to just go to your dad this week, and then the mom said the same thing, and we would get an altercation and disagreement and thing, and say, well, he's my real dad, he trying to do stuff for me, he's my real mom, he's my real mom, he trying to do stuff for me, and things like that, and this going on, and that going on, this going on. No, that don't even, it don't matter, because, and then you went over there, and went over there, and then something tragedy happened, that could have been in that could have been avoided, and then you felt bad, then you apologized, I should have listened to you. Sometimes we gotta listen, take a deep breath, and pray about it before we do things, because our actions speak louder than words. So the actions that we doing, it could be, it's different, because things come out in the open. What's done in the dark will come out to the light. So you doing things you had no business doing, or cheating on your husband, cheating on your wife. The wife found out that somebody did this on social media. The husband found out that the wife did when going out to the club and doing this and doing that, doing things that's done in the dark. But and eventually all that mess that you're doing behind closed door and behind your husband or wife back, that stuff is just gonna come up and come out, and it's gonna hurt that person's feeling, or it's just gonna be a big altercation about something that's that is not meant to be. It is up to us. It is up to everyone to decide on what you're gonna do. How are you going? How are you going to fix that relationship? And then you gotta make that person trust you again. And then a random person came up to somebody and said, "Yeah, this person did this. This person, I seen this type of person with that. Are you sure? Are you sure you're telling the truth?" Because what's done in the dark, eventually it's gonna come into the light. Take key and careful, because actions speak louder than words. So we gotta be careful how we treat people and try to treat one another, or treat one of your family members, because, and then again, that person really could decide they don't want to be in your life no more, because they don't have that, they lost that trust, and trying to trust that person again, it could be hard sometimes. Because yes, I know I'm choosing not to go through your phone, but I don't even think it's worth it because you did this to me, and I don't know if I want to be with you again. But yet I'm taking key. I'm giving you a second chance because I know you are a very good person. So I'm giving you a last chance to fix what you've done. Yes, it's gonna take some work for me. It's gonna take me some time and some time to trust you again. But I'm willing. I'm willing to forgive you, and to. I'm willing to try and do this again because I really like you and this and that and you're a very good person, and so and I'm willing to give you another chance. We'll work it out, and then after that, you did it. You but after that you did it. You gave that person a second chance, and that person never done that ever again. Now that, cause you pray, God answered prayer, things happen, and you forgave, and he never did that again, or she never did that again. That's what you're going for. Sometimes if you strongly disagree, agree and disagree with somebody, sometimes you gotta pray on it and take key. Then eventually you trust them, man, because they're all good people out here. There are good women and good men out here that I say that do deserve second chances because they really do. Sometimes you gotta, lay it on the table sometimes, but there are really good people out there, and there's people out there that's willing to help you. You don't have to go to a Christian counselor, just find a counselor that you both like and support, and or try to do it on your own. But there's people out here that willing to get second chance, and then you got those people that I would say that don't deserve second chances because you give them a second chance, they go behind your back and do it again. Third chance and fourth chance, trust me, that's how it is. But things like that, things go on. So we gotta take heed and be careful for the things that we had done. Take heed and be careful with your words. Agreeing to disagree. Be careful. Some certain things or occasion could be avoided. So be careful. And that's all I want to say. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you guys later. And don't forget to comment down below, subscribe and share to my video. We all over the world, so we can help as many people as we can, and share the word of God and the gospel towards everyone. And so I can show and so that we can help other people. There are people out here in this world that loves you and cares for you very much. That's all I want to say. Hope you guys have a rest of that day. Remember, I love you. God love you. He will never leave and forsake you. And remember, the blessing of prayer is knowing God is listening, man, and upholding every promise He has made for you. And that's all I want to say. So I love you guys. Have a nice day. I'll see you later. Talk to you later. Bye.